Oh, here we are live in Aotearoa, New Zealand. I see I've got some new subscribers today, so I thought I'd better have a little rant and express a little bit about my channel and things like that. And like I've explained before, it's a little bit of a biography to me because it's something that came into my life 7 years ago. It started, I was on, you can Google this, my brother's name's Albert Rhodes, it's on Google. I was charged in a $60 million dope plantation in Australia. They actually trying to go for $20 million unpaid tax to the government. And out of 31 people charged, I was the only one who got off. My brother got 14 or 16 years, he done 8. Then he came back here and some just can't walk away from money. It's just a bit of temptation, what, you know. We all know what it's about and things like that, but each into their own, and that's why I'm here. You know, but about that operation in Australia, I tell you on marijuana, on how, like what I was trying to explain to people about over 20 years ago, but things have changed now. You know, a lot of the world is accepting it. Like I just seen a clip then on a country where they've made it legal, and they're all hooray this and that, and then today I was on a live feed from these lads in America. I don't know if they were in Kentucky or somewhere like that. I don't know really all the states in America to say things about there, but oh man, I was so envious on them, seeing them smoking the green the way they were, and just seeing the way that they can grow over there. And you know, we can't do that in New Zealand. Our government hasn't quite legalized it. The people on cancer and things like that are really pushing forward. I think they've just about got something forward that they can get some medical things to help people on cancer and that here in New Zealand. But legalization, no, it hasn't been decriminalized yet. I've been to Australia before, and they get on-spot fine in South Australia. So it's not like a court action on small quantities, and you're allowed 3 plants in South Australia and Canberra. But then some other states, like in Queensland, where that big charge was, 20 years imprisonment. So each state's different. And yeah, so you can Google up a little bit about that anyway. But that's what put me on my journey, because it was the first time I prayed in my life. And that's how come all these things open up to me, and that's what my biography is about, because it's a mystery to me, okay? And a lot has been revealed on me. Like, I took on this name from a god of the 13th angel, you know, but I got offered a deal from another god not long after meeting that one, and you know, I wouldn't even need to have been sitting here right now if I'd taken that deal. I could have been one of those people sitting in Hollywood or something like that, or whoever, you know, like I could have had anything I wanted. But it's because I've walked, like I said, to that God. Well, I know that I walked to heaven, and it was just so amazing. Just something would just, I lived there and didn't even know it, and things like that. It was just, and it hadn't come to my life now to like realize what I had. And like I might have been just a hermit to some people, but you know, like I didn't live with money or anything like that. I was in Nimbin and Tunnable in the end, but that was after my 6 months journey and all these other experiences that I've told you about. So I'm just putting it all together, and then I'm going to put a format of it, and work and put it more publicly to people. But I know a lot more about the tube because along my journey and that, just people I met and that, I used to say, but how are we all going to, how would they all know and things like that? And they said, you know in the future, and this machine came along, like the internet, that wasn't around like 17, 20 years ago. 7 years ago where I was, there was nothing heard about that. And just the things what, and that's how come I've got to know things and these other experiences and this other God, he's just like they metamorphose, okay? It's hard to understand, but science has done, like you've got to discern what it's creating, all this sort of thing, and that they know about these sort of things, and it's walking like how I walk to heaven. And I put up a little sketch here because it's a lot from fear, and like I met Jesus along the way too, and he turned into one of these figures here. Okay, can you see it? Like a shadow with all glitters around him. Okay, and when I walked to heaven, 4 of them appeared. 4 of them appeared with all glitters. And I got there was what he told me about, and it was from sound. I was speaking with nature and just totally in love. Everything was one, and then this is the like, I've got 4 when I went there, and this giant one would have come across with that along my waist. But we'll get into that some other time. But I've told you about my video. The Lord's got our back. That was the dream experience of it, and it's it's like really strong around me now. Like I told you, it's about this little spot, like a atom or molecule, little black thing in it, and it follows me around at times, like this, and then sometimes it opens up, and then I see this other world looking back at me, or I'll be seeing that other world, and that's how I discovered that white room or cube, or like I haven't seen the outside of it to know actually what this. So I call it like a white room or a wall and this and that, and that's where they took me on the 28th of May 2018, May Day, when I took on the name of the Antichrist. And but it's a real psychological place when you go to something like that, because it's hard to understand. Hi Delphine, I love you heaps. Look at that, so beautiful horsies. Okay, that was just my little rant about that. And hi Anne, going out in the world about flat earth. So I've come across pyramids, okay? Because I've been wanting to explain this, but it's been really hard. But this clip, you see how the thing's been going, like even like that, taking on name Antichrist, and then finding that other video. What came to me later was Jesus' first church in Jerusalem, and like if you guys seen it, like they use it as a rubbish tip and this and that. Like I can't believe all you Jesus Christ people out there haven't wanted to go and clean up Jesus' first church. It's on Zion Hill, like fucking unbelievable. But hey, I'm on my own mission. I love everything and this and that. I'm not justifying anything. I just know things. It's good. But okay. So we're going to these pyramids. Okay. So how I'm showing you, because so much is coming up about these aliens coming. I've got some clips here of just okay.
So if you have nothing in common.
So he's
now pass right through the area where the Great Pyramid stands. And if the water was indeed the source
I'll
of
let
power,
you just listen
the picture
to
keeps
this
getting
clip.
clearer and clearer.
Oh.
You see, there's this thing called technology.
What are they doing with my phone?
It became possible
What are they doing with my phone?
with the help of a remote camera. What do you think they caught a glimpse of? The solidly sealed secret chamber contained copper wire. Yep, and carefully crafted at that. There was also something resembling instructions accompanied by wiring diagrams drawn on the floor. So, if the conditions were right, keeping copper pieces in a windowless sealed room could result in a powerful release of electromagnetic energy.
Project Bluebeam. Yeah, I've been telling you that they're going to play a movie screen in the sky one day.
At conducting electricity. But it must be some sort of coincidence, right? Maybe those were just the only materials they had around when they were building the pyramids. Well, what do you think about the fact that most of the pyramids were built on top of perfect power generators, underground rivers? It's a proven fact that thousands of years ago, the Nile passed right through the area where the Great Pyramid stands. And if the water was indeed the source of power, the picture keeps getting clearer and clearer. You see, there's this thing called capillary action, or the capillary effect.
This thing here.
It's the ability of water, or any other liquid for that matter, to flow upward into super narrow spaces, completely ignoring the pull of gravity. That being said, water from the river could technically slide up the pyramid's limestone surface and probably even reach the top. Its movement would cause vibrations strong enough
Vibrations?
for the quartz inside the pyramid to create piezoelectricity. Remember,
Piezoelectricity.
electricity created by putting stress or pressure on quartz. This would generate a lot of electromagnetic energy that would move up all the way to the top of the pyramid.
Yeah, 5G's got something to do with the piezoelectricity.
Pyramid of Giza, there used to be a capstone made entirely of gold. It forwarded a path to transfer negative ions, those atoms with
Negative
electrical charge,
ions?
to the ionosphere, the layer of the Earth's atmosphere that contains a ton of said atoms. And that's
Ton
how
of
an electric
atoms?
current of immense power was produced.
Negative up to the
Okay,
atoms.
great. But what was it used for? Well, ancient Egyptians weren't exactly using electric toothbrushes or anything. Some recent carvings depicting Egyptians carrying something that looks eerily similar to a light bulb. Hey, just check out the carvings in the Hathor Temple. It shows people.
Okay, I'll leave it as that, because, you know, like, they're saying that they've cracked it and they know what it's all about, but that's what they've figured out there, okay? Now, they just helped me to put what, okay, how, now, it lines up with two stars, the pyramid, but I don't know if it's, okay, I'm not too sure the names of the stars, Iris and Polaris or something, but two stars, okay? And you got your pyramid like that, see? And see how I got the picture of the stars going out like that? Okay, if you see my song I'm singing of when I am thy Antichrist, Jesus thy Antichrist, I'm singing, the rivers are carrying me higher and higher. I got taught this song by Sylvia, an angel I met along the way. She gave me the play and part of heaven and everything like that. I'll go into that more. She's just beautiful. They disappear into them. They just like walk over there and then they're gone. I just came across people like just amazing, and it's all about dimensions and that, because on a different higher vibration and that, and see like how I got the stars there from the pyramids, and they've got those chambers at the top of the pyramid, and then there's all these things inside here, like little chambers, and it goes down to the bottom and that. Okay, the whole thing would have been filled up with water, those two little vents like that, and see how you can see I've got a picture of someone walking up like that, and then how I showed you how when I walked to heaven, I see these are the four angels I seen, just black shadows with all glitters, just like I seen Jesus turned into. And, as a man, he turned into that, and so this is how I'm trying to show you, because it's really hard to explain these things. So how, when you're hearing that video, how the water, they found that the electricity, they could make the water flow upwards, and when you know about souls and spirits and that, they can form. Okay, so the shape of a directional pull of something to go up to a star, which is like they say millions of miles away or years away. It's nothing really when you find the dimension of of a space from within a space. So see, as they're walking out from the pyramid and going up to the star, they're following the same line from what in a like following a compass in the chambers as they went up, and then it just aligned. And this is how they traveled through the stars, and this or vice versa, and water and the way these things created and this other alien entity what came into this world. But it's all part of the picture. But none of them have figured out. Well, you just why would they have those two aligned with two stars? You know, you got to understand this, and then see. I've got this picture of all these other little pyramid things here underneath here. They found a cave inside the earth, and it's got all these little pyramid things. Okay, like a whole lot of them like that. Now the souls would have been sleeping in there, and what it was in mortality and before there was time, they well, when you lived in day, you're alive with your eyes open, and when you closed your eyes at night, it was night, darkness. So when they were in those little chambers and all this and that, they like how people are saying the moon's taking it now, okay? And when you sleep, and when they slept, their energy, their life force of that day was getting trapped in the top of the top bit, and that's what they say is missing off the pyramids down here. Is I think they call it the obelisk, and now it's up here, like in the outer span from all the stars and this and that, because it's like describing that white room, and that's where they control your energies from, and how things are trapped, and how like people aren't coming back from and heaven and that down here and coexisting and telling people, oh no, this is the way it is, and that because of the control force which is here, and stopping these things to be naturally understood and know what power we have. And there were 144,000 blocks made out of the main pyramids, they say, which is a significant number when you look at these ones on the 144,000 blood over intent. You've got to see of the pyramid of 144,000 blocks of this thing what I'm trying to show you. I'm not here to discredit anything or justify things. It's just because he was such a humble man. He just told me things, and I thought I had it wide, a living existence of this mechanism of life, you know. But then he showed me of the organism, and that's where I got the O, and that's where I got the Om, and then I heard the sounds of the souls from another, like there, but just like they always sound like they're coming from down. The sounds coming from way there, and then I'm hearing the Om coming back, you know, like an echo Om, and in a big way, and that's how come I know that they are a part of this whole mystery, and how they're making like aliens coming and this and that. There's an essence in all of us. We're all connected in this universe way, and ones what aren't in control are trapped inside the top of that obelisk, just like how they got them every night when they slept. They were catching more and more, but they didn't realise. They thought they were just working as slaves and that. They didn't really put the picture together. Well, just the way things went and stuff like that. Okay, so I got that out there, and they had the rivers flowing and this and that. I'll try and get some more words together on the way of explaining it, but just so you know what I'm a little bit about, I'm going to put all my things more together. You see some of my videos, they stop me heaps. I'm major surveillance all the time. It's not just to do with my brother. You can look it up on Google. Albert Rhodes owes $20 million to Australia. I was the only one out of 31 people who got off the charge. These other things would have happened. I got a tattoo one day on the back of my neck, 4-leaf clover. Next day, boom, everyone else went that way, and boom, Bruce went that way, and I'm just friggin' this and that, and blah, blah, blah. People have grabbed me. How they use people who are good, like us living angels. There's many of us here, but we don't realise it, that we're good people, and, you know, we're just, you know, and, yeah, because it's a hard world we all live in. I agree, horse and this and that. I'm not really seeing so much of feet because I'm just happy, okay, guys, because it's just the way it is when you get on like that. Hello, Michael. It's bad. I'm sorry to hear about that. Oh no, nothing's bad. See, that's one thing what holds people back too. Okay, I could explain some stories like unbelievable, but if you keep living in regrets, okay? That would be a regret of something what's happened to you. You've had this traumatic experience and that, but you got to just pick yourself up and just carry on. Because if you keep living and building up those regrets inside you, you won't be able to, you know, transport yourself and become this higher vibration. What he told me about and all. And that, he found me through telepathy. It was amazing. It was after reading that thing of the four of them had something to do. Somebody, anybody, everybody, and nobody. And bang, 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 and we've got this power of telepathy. People are using it, that this other force which is trying to control things, and that they use it in a very statistic sort of way, because I've discovered it and that, and but some things I don't want to reveal too much yet, because well, I play aloof, so I lived for years with all these things in my head and not even thinking about them, because I learned about Buddha and this and that, and then I knew what they were about. And nowadays I can talk about these things because they're talking about those mind control machines, and they're talking about things what can listen to you over there. It's like some sort of psychic person with somebody who is in the FBI. It's just hypothetically saying like that, and then they're using those people to like be in the back of their car and then get into this person's head and pulling them around. And so I'm just throwing a little bit of rant there, but it's starting to be shown to people, and that 5G you guys are talking about, and yeah. Oh, what I was going to warn you is about the 5G, because I've come across somebody and they're putting this out there is that, and because okay, we got in our water we've had for years from the 60s or 70s, fluoride. It's to bring down to stop people being aggressive, and that fluoride brings down, makes people more passive, easy to control, control the masses, what there's so much of it's about. And so then fluid's been in our water for all those years, and now with those sprays and that, they're putting out luminine, aluminium, different sort of metals in that. You put all these, like a scientist would be able to figure this out on, like, you put fluoride, luminine, aluminium, and these other sort of, I don't know what other sprays they've got up. I've seen little floating particles float around sometimes, like little white specks, and like it's just like a whole lot of it. And wow, they're spraying heavy today. That you know that there's sicknesses and this and that, and then with that control thing of that 5G and that, you could see that with elements of the putting metals out there, that could be how the mind control machine's going to work with the 5G, and that must be why I've come across this to show people. Where are you? It's just a simple, because I know this works, because this is one of the cleansings I done before the at the monastery. I just lived on this for 3 days, no other food, just
this one's been going for about a week.
fire
so
water.
I didn't get a chance to show you how to chop everything up, but I'm sure you guys can figure it out. It starts with unpasteurized apple cider vinegar, 8 ounces of pure honey, onion, garlic, ginger, lemons, lemon juice, turmeric root, or curry powder, or curry, any kind of organic, thyme, rosemary, sage, serrano peppers. You can use as many or as little as you want, 2 to 8. I use 12. And then half a cabbage. You put this in a jar, and you put it in the dark, and you shake it once a day for 30 days. Then you drain it off, and you can use both the liquid, and you can spice up your salads and stuff with cabbage and all the other stuff. This stuff really works. Here, let's ask the wizard about this stuff. Wizard, tell me about this fire water. I've tried it before, and last time when they were spraying really bad, I know you got sick, and I talked you into trying it.
I started getting sick, and all my friends were dead the other last week. I started getting sick, and I drank an ounce today. In 45 minutes, my nose was clear, and it was no snot.
Okay, guys, so that's fire water. These things, Mary
So that's the really
B.
bright stuff?
Barnes. If you want to have a look at her channel, and she's just got that little clip about it. That recipe, I had three of those things constantly for 3 days, and yeah, it just cleans you. It's just amazing, and I could see how that will help with that those metals and this and that. And there's something in charcoal. Okay, I went to one place to try. I'm trying to find it on charcoal. Charcoal can break down metal minerals, what are inside our bodies too, to help cleanse us out. And these are the things what we'd have to cleanse ourselves with to beat that 5G. Okay, so we don't end up like some sort of control zombie or something like that. Who knows what they're going to do with it? Yeah, just I hear the serious thing. As soon as you hear fire or something like that, that's when they're gonna take over. But hey, they're blatantly telling you on the net, and so you can't say that they haven't given you no pre-warning and things like that. How they do stuff. You guys are starting to see all that sort of stuff. That it is real, and it's not so silly. And I love you all. And here's one of my little plantings I've been doing. These I'm really proud of these. My first time I've done cuttings, and all my little trees are coming up there. A few fruit trees I can carry it off into the bush. It's springtime here, so everything's flowering about. It's just a little bit more what I'm about. The nature and all these beautiful. Because that's take a break at time, guys. Leave your phone behind and just go out and enjoy a day with nature and that here and there. Just when you're on your cleaning on that firewood, and then come back and just nap, because we know this is the future. I'm just trying to just help and just showing how I've found things and that, and it's all there. And we don't need to be. There's so many stuff that's happening. Like, hey, who could say that North and South Korea just signed up today on like a peace deal and that? If you said that a year ago, and you'd say no way, that one's going to bomb that one. But yeah, there's a bit of a ploy about that too. Yeah, you can see a bit of my. We got the out here today in the day. I wonder if this one will let me turn it around. No. YouTube won't let me put a picture on my channel on this one. And why I've got a blank screen in my photo. But I don't push it too much, because I don't want to just get cut off just at the moment. Are we seeing the moon? I just like how you see the moon to the day. Like, no way that's in space because the moon's supposed to be in space, which is black. It's darkness, not in a blue sky. Because the other part wouldn't be blue. But I've seen the moon split in half and this and that. There's you can measure why it disappears. Okay, love yous all. Hey Bruce, let's find a boat and get some flower water and shoot through the ice. Hey, I'm not far from there. Yeah, I'm going to show you something else over on Great Barrier there. You've got a boat there, Mike, anyway. You should come sail over my way sometime. I'm quarter Fijian, so I got land over there as well. My tribe is Matakula, Kolavesalo. My great-grandfather was the king there. We only have 100% spinning. There's our creator. I'm trying to figure out how you do these live feeds. If anyone would like to have a live feed together sometime, I'll be into it because I've had a chat with people in America and it's quite you guys are really out there. Yeah, well, actually, I think there's a lot more to flat Earth, hey. Meaning, like, for me to say that I walked to heaven and those four angels with all glitters turned up and this and that, but all the land just changed like that, and that happens to me. It happens to me at early hours in the morning when I'm riding my horses. Like when I'm riding horses, you start at like 4:30, 5 o'clock. They have floodlights, and then it starts coming daylight and that. And I've been out on my horse because it must be about your vibration on your emotions and everything like that. That's why I reckon that machine's trying to get our emotions. Because that gets to the levels, what keeps us down here and you up there and all these other things, and how things move through dimensions, other worlds. If any of you see things like shoot like that, you'll know what I'm talking about. That I can see it's a big. You guys seen these old maps with more worlds or land further out around even the ice, and their description of even the map of the globe and even the flat, you flatten it out, I can see that there's even more land what they're not even showing us. Like there's a spot, I'll show it to you, and it's like there's a boat, like no way that, like, I know where the South Pole on the map, I know where the South Pole is. New Zealand's like, it's not far from us down the bottom there, and there's a ship what keeps going out in a different direction, and I know if you're going to America you'd be heading from east, northeast from where we are on the east coast, and the ship goes not that way. So I don't know. There's a lot more to the picture than what they're telling us about what's in this world, eh? But I've heard things like that. I'm trying to read. There's three major. Well, that's that's part of like how I changed my name, because like how I said Jones was a lie and this and that, and I kept finding the amen, but that's the way I wanted me to write it, man. Bigger picture than what I really took on, but and where I got the om, that's the sound I put out, om, and I heard all the souls, and the M is for mother, because there's no respect of there's no living, you'll never have a living God or man or anything if you don't have a mother. So, and then other things I've discovered are like the Holy Spirit and things like that. Because she doesn't look like this, the Holy Spirit. She's like a floating cloud, like atoms and molecules moving like this. And because I know how powerful she is, because come 2 times in my life, and one time I heard all the animals speaking and everything like that, and then she showed herself, like, so yeah, to show me that's how powerful she is. And then that's how come I understood on, like, she can jump inside people and just give you the most amazingest conversations you could ever hear, and most truthful things, and just things. Yeah, because this world must be, because the way this world is, because it's a lie, and to be told the truth about things, she's the one portraying the truth, and that's how I found things too. Is realizing when somebody's telling you something, and you start learning about the eyes and stuff like that, but I don't really want to say too much about it yet, because I've seen how this thing here, this computer thing, gosh, I've said about once before about the eye, and then they're attacking people's eyes and different channels and that, and now those people's eyes have changed and they've gone black and that. And yeah, so yeah, that machine. The other ones, say it like that. That was the story about the 13th angel, eh? That's how I took it on. It was like, yes, it's all been a lie. And yeah, I found out there's actually this if I said I've come across well, you can see, like, you know, I've been charged in $60 million dope plantation and blah blah, and then other people take you and grab you and this and that and blah blah, and then you find that there's this other thing controlling stuff, and they know how to lie like unbelievable, and they use that, keep your friends close and keep your enemies even closer, and then this and that, and yeah, you can see so much how the lie's just twisted and this and that, and wow. But a lot of things, it must be the way, because the sound, when I said I walked to heaven, the sound was behind me. It wasn't a pendulum going back and forwards. It was like whoosh, and then like it's going around. And the second was like a 3 seconds or more. It just seemed like that, but it just seemed like a long time as well. It's quite hard to explain, because it's like a minute there just seemed like a long time, but then it didn't even, but the sound wasn't like a minute. It was like 30 seconds, but then, yeah, it's just our time's different, but they say the times there is so much more than less than what it is here, or either was it 100 years there is 1 day here, or something like that, and maybe that's how things got altered and all, and because I've discovered people here who are like, it's like they're living in that transparent world of not knowing if they're like dead or not, like, yeah, so they don't know if they're in heaven or hell, but they're just sort of like existing, but they can really feel that they've lost this connection thing, Okay, love you all. I do not say much more. I'm trying to read what's here, but yeah. So those sprays and this and that in America, you guys get lots of sprays over your ways. Woo. What's our sky like here today? A few sprays up there. Yeah, no, we can look a few sprays here today. You see it more so when the moon's out during the day, eh? But yeah, our sky, the white sun. Okay, over and out. Love you heaps. Peace out.